Good morning, Brent Gove here. I have some exciting best practices to share with all of you about absolutely killing it at EXP. If you want to acquire stock and build a huge organization and make some great passive income through EXP revenue sharing, this is the best practice video for you. So let's get into it. I'm going to focus on attraction. The first thing I want to do is give you some tips. Number one, you don't have to know a whole bunch of people. You think, well, like so-and-so knows a lot of people and so-and-so knows a lot of people. I'm new. I haven't sold that many homes. My sponsor called me from Dallas, Texas, mentioned we had met briefly 2 years ago for 30 seconds. Asked me if I remembered her, and I said, nope, I do not remember you. And she said, it's not important. But what is important is, have you heard of EXP? I'm so excited about it. Nope, I haven't heard about it. Oh my gosh, Brent, I was impressed with you. I kept your name and information all this time. I would be so grateful if you would give me your opinion on the company. Sure, that is a great attraction line. And you know, I didn't know if she was brand new, just got her license. I didn't know if she'd been doing it for 35, 40 years. I didn't know if she was selling 5, 10 homes a year or 500. So, lose this whole thing. Well, I don't know anybody and I don't have your credibility. I knew nothing about my sponsor. For all, she could have just gotten her license. She could have been selling 2 homes a year. I watched the webinar. Of course, I asked a lot of questions. And within 2 or 3 weeks, I moved my $100+ million team to EXP. So lose this whole thing of, I don't have the car. I don't have, here's a great saying. You like quotes? I like this one. If you argue for your limitations, you get to keep them. And who wants them? I mean, well, I can't afford it. I'm too shy. I'm this. I don't know enough people. Okay, fine. You win the argument. So stay where you are. If you want things to be different, you got to do something different. You got to reach down deep and find some moxie and make this thing happen. Now, the next thing I do is I say, oh my gosh, I want to set up a time to show this to you. Can you email me something? Nope. Can you text me something? Nope. A picture's worth 1,000 words. This is 95% visual. When, and then immediately go to the question. Don't give them a chance to talk. When is it kind of a slow day for you? For me, it's Wednesdays and Fridays. How about you? Oh, God, I'm busy all the time. I go, come on, you got to have a day. You're not totally slammed. And they go, well, yeah, Saturday mornings. Great, Saturday mornings. You thinking early, like 7 a.m., 8, 9, before your day gets crazy and your phone starts blowing up? Well, how long is it? It's short. Okay, yeah, let's do 9 a.m. Great. Get some coffee. I just need you in front of your computer. Now, if you know them well enough or you're close enough, say, I'd like to come down to your office and show you something. How long is it again? It's short. It's brilliant. In fact, if it bores you, we'll click off after 5 minutes. But I'm telling you, you're going to be blown away. Okay. So a best practice is to watch the webinar with them if you have that relationship. If you can possibly, it's like an 80% success rate if you sit there and watch the webinar with them. If you do it like over the phone where you, okay, now I need you in front of your laptop Saturday morning at 9. Now, Sheila was in Dallas. She wasn't able to fly to Sacramento and watch the webinar with me. So she said, okay, you in front of your computer? Yes. And it was 9 a.m. on a Wednesday morning. I'll never forget it. I've forgotten a lot of 9 a.m. Wednesday mornings. This one was pivotal. This one was a life-changing moment for me. And so I jumped on that webinar and I watched it. And so that's the deal. Watch it with them if you can, 80% success rate. Now, if you know them well and you have to have them jump on far away wherever they are, it's about a 68% success rate. At least that's what I experienced. Then once I got through the people that I knew really well, and I got to people I knew but I didn't know as well, it dropped for me to about a 48% success rate. And so that's kind of where it is. And lately it might have been as low as a 44. Maybe I'm just too lazy and not as hungry for it, as excited as I was those first 2, 3, 4, 5 months. So when you're doing pretty good, you're not quite as motivated. So anyway, so I said that. Next is the power of a 3-way call. When they get done watching the webinar, answer a few basic questions, but don't talk to them for an hour or 2 hours. Just say, man, I'm new, I'm excited like you. Let me introduce you to, don't use the word upline. Don't say the word downline. They're buzzwords for multi-level marketing companies. We are not. And when sometimes they'll say, oh, this looks like a network marketing company, I say, well, let me ask you a question. Is Keller Williams a network marketing? Oh, no, they're a real estate company. I go, yep. And they share the profits for 7 generations, for 7 levels. Been doing it 25 years. eXp is a real estate company. We are all about selling real estate. We're all about helping you sell more real estate. But we share the revenue for 7 generations. So we're just like Keller Williams in that regard. We are not a multi-level marketing company. And they, okay, I get it. But here's the deal. Just say, look, I'm new, I'm excited, but let me talk to you about my business partner, Sheila Fairgeron. In my case, Sheila was my sponsor. I said, let me get you on the phone with Sheila. She's been doing this longer. She's got a lot more experience. I think it was 3 months. 3 months. And so basically she would talk to them, and then we'd elevate to somebody else and then, kind of get them. Now, the webinar we're promoting is itsthenewre.com. It's ITS thenewre.com. No commas, no apostrophes, no spaces. Don't forget to put the word it's in front of it. It's thenewre.com. And I just made this last week. It's updated and people are loving it. They say I ripped the cover off the balls. They say, but the power of a 3-way call, I say, hey, if it's okay, I want to introduce you to Sheila. She can answer your questions. She's an absolute veteran, 2 or 3 months before me, but hey, it worked. And, it turned out Sheila was selling 15 to 20 million a year and been doing real estate for about as long as I had, 20 years, very successful. And I get them on the phone with Sheila, that second part of credibility. I do a text. The agents that do this kill it. Here's what it looks like. Hey, Jim. Hey, Kathy. This is Sheila. Sheila, this is Kathy. I just showed the webinar to Kathy. She's a Coldwell Banker superstar. She's a RE/MAX superstar, Keller Williams ex-team leader, and she watched the webinar. She's very interested, but she has some questions. Can the two of you connect? I told Kathy I'd be making this connection. Kathy is expecting you to reach back via text and set up a time to chat for 5 or 10 minutes. Just something like that. But again, don't say, I'm going to have somebody in my upline call you. Lose the word upline, use the word downline. Just say, my business partner is amazing. Gene Frederick, Rob Flick, Sheila Fairgeron. You think, well, if I had those people. When we started, they had like 300, 400, 500, 600 agents in their whole group. That was it. And I remember when Rob Flick was making, James, was it like $25,000 a month or something? Yep. 25,000. Oh my gosh, he's making 25,000 a month rev share. Isn't that incredible? I mean, how many people, make that in profit share? Yeah, in 25 years. He's been here a year and a half. And so we were so excited. And of course, now they're ultra mega successful. I mean, if I were to tell you his income was quadrupled, it's like way, way more. So we won't even go there. It gets crazy. But the power of a 3-way text introduction. The agents that are doing that are killing it. Zoom. Learn to use Zoom. Zoom calls are amazing like this. Visual communication is very visual. So set up a Zoom call where you can see each other. It's really easy to do. You just haven't ever done it. Figure that out. Next, watch it with them again if you can. Very important. Lunch and learns. I want to talk to you about that. A lot of you want to set them up, but you'll go to a restaurant. It's a huge mistake, in my opinion. You'll go to where else do people go? They just, I like to go to, not to restaurants or hotels, ideally, is a mortgage company conference room or a title company conference room. Now, I found mortgage is far better because title has rust button. The title companies get worried that other title companies will turn them. They tattle on each other. So my opinion is you should do a mortgage company conference room and pack it out. A couple things. A, do not put the chairs out so the people show up. I'll say it again. Do not put the chairs out so the people show up. Have them on the side, have them ready to go, and then add them. If you've got 30, put out 14 chairs, and then add them as you need them. Because when 18 show up, the 12 empty chairs will be right in front of the speaker, and you just bombed. You just let all the air out of the room. You've just totally ruined your meeting. So again, put the chairs out as you need them. Put half the chairs you think you're going to need. Okay? Very important. And again, well, the conference room only seats 14. I put 30 and 40 people in conference rooms that seat 14. They're jammed in there. They're standing. They're looking outside the window through there. It creates a lot of energy, a lot of room dynamics, room motivation. Or you could put 80 people in a room that holds 200 and you look like you completely flopped. Always get rooms that are too small and the leaders can step outside, look through the door. It's like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? And you have 14 people because your conference room holds 6 and there's, another 4 or 5 around them. And then there's 2 or 3 people looking through the door. It's like, you can make any meeting exciting with that. So I like Lunch and Learns for a second look. Again, watch the webinar with them in person. Next, onboarding. Some of you have set up people to help onboard your people. If you have nobody, you can utilize my daughter. She onboards people 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, helps them get their business cards, helps them get their Regis Corporate Suite membership, helps build them an avatar, takes them on a tour of the cloud, sets up their email, their EXP email, will forward it to their Gmail, will teach them about all the different websites like Conversion and your back office with you have the EXP Enterprise that shows you your stock awards. She'll take them into accounting, agent services. So her email is Christina with a K, Christina@brentgove.com. So that's very important. Her phone number, if you want to text her, is 916-540-8171. 540-8171. Now, some of you have set up people to help onboard your people, so if you've got that going on, utilize that. But if you have nobody, use my daughter to help onboard people. She does it 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. She's probably onboarded 700-800 agents and brokers. We couldn't get to everybody. We now have over 2,800. We're going to break 3,000 by the middle of next month. Over 3,000 agents. We're just super stoked. So I wanted to cover that. Next is signing up married couples. It's important you sign up on the same line. You both name your sponsor. Like if I had signed you up on your married couple, you would both name me, but you basically share one spot, one $50 fee, one $35 educational fee for both of you, one $16,000 cap. That is how you do it if you're a married couple. If you're business partners, father, son, father, daughter, mother, son, mother, daughter, or you're just friends and you've worked together for 2, 3 years or 5 or 10 years, one would sign up and then sign up the other one. And one is a $16,000 cap, one is an $8,000 cap. That's how that works. And then you put everybody under the $16,000 cap. They would do all the sponsoring. Then you split that 50-50, 60-40, 70-30, however you guys want to split the revenue shares, the way to go, in my opinion. Rather than both of you trying to get to 40, then you have to do 80. So that's how that works. If you both do 20, you're at 40, you're getting paid on all 7 levels. So that's my opinion there. Let's see, on the home stretch here. By the way, what do you do if you meet a RE/MAX agent or a Keller Williams agent or an agent somewhere where they're capped at 100% until this January, this March, or this June, or next October? We can match a cap. It's not 99%. 99.9. It's not 100%. We do have to get it approved. On the East Coast, Jason Guessing approves those people currently. In the Midwest, what's the gal's name? Janny in the Midwest. She's a regional manager for EXP. On the West Coast, it is Sam Rodriguez. Great guy. Love Sam. He approves them. So you got to go to the regional managers for approval. I've never had them turn one down. As long as they have paid over $16,000 or more to their company and they're capped till, again, January, March, next July, whatever it is, and they can provide proof of the cap. Just show us that you're capped. Show us when your anniversary date is. The management team at EXP will approve that, okay? But say 99.9, we got to get the approval because things may change and you don't want to promise them it's going to happen and then have it change. Very important you say 99%, 99.9, whatever you want to do, and immediately get that to a regional manager for approval if they are. So that way, because a lot of agents will say, well, I'm at 100% till next January, next April. I can't leave till then. Oh, yeah, you can. We'll put you at 100, which means we're not going to charge you the 20% on that 80-20 split. Now, you do have to pay the $25 per transaction broker review fee. You do have to pay $40 per transaction, so we have to have the E&O insurance. But it goes towards your 500 cap on the E&O. You're done. And then there is the $250 per transactional fee that applies if an agent's at 100%. So if we honor their cap that they've paid into, say, Keller Williams or RE/MAX, till January or March, they will pay the 250s up until that point. Now, some people go, you know what? I don't forget it. I'm just going to come over, cap, do 20 deals, and get the Icon Award. I get it back. So don't give up that Icon Stock Award. You may want to think twice before you just let them know it's your choice. I think I can get this for you. But if you're going to get in, cap, and do 20 deals, you actually get your cap back. If you wait till next January, February, March, April, you may not make it, and you're giving up the Icon Award, which is the 16,000 in stock. You may not want to do that. Or I just have a simple question for you. Are you a wandering generality or a meaningful specific? Zig Ziglar used to say it all the time. Most agents kind of bounce around and have no idea. So what we want to do is have you set some meaningful specific goals today. And then what does that mean? Well, I'm going to set the goal to time block every Wednesday afternoon or Friday afternoon or Saturday morning or Sunday evening to make 3 hours outbound calls for EXP. You're not allowed to talk to buyers. You're not allowed to talk to sellers. You are developing that other part of your business. Instead of just acquiring buyers and acquiring sellers, now you're going to acquire agents. You're going to list agents. Watch what happens when you go list 40 agents instead of 40 listings. It takes a lot of effort and dollars to go get 40 listings and effort. Try 1 day a week time blocking and go list some agents and watch that grow exponentially. I mean, it's just been absolutely amazing. So with that said, so number one, time block. When? Number two, make a list. Get a list of names so you have people to call. You don't say, oh, who should I call? Knock that out. Spend a few hours, go somewhere with a cup of coffee, go through your phone. I never got past G's in my phone. Done. I'm done. How many do we have, James?
2,800 with 63 total.
63 is what I was getting at. Yep. 63 personally sponsored. I'm good. I mean, I'm going to keep going and go to 70, 80, and 100. Why not? It's like having 100 McDonald's franchises. But it's better because my McDonald's, each one grows exponentially. So it's I think that by this December we'll have 14 different legs with over 100 agents and brokers in them, and some with 200, some with 500, some with 1,500, some with 2,500 of that, but 14 with 100 or more. So it's really cool. So number one, time block. Number two, make a list. Number three, make the calls. Time block, make a list, make the calls. Number four, show the webinars. Set up appointments to show the webinars. Number five, get your prospects on the phone with your business partners. My business partner who shared EXP with me. You know, I have another business partner, and that may be someone further up, but don't resist the temptation to call them. I want you to talk to someone in my upline. Don't do that. And then finally, promote the next EXP like your life depends on it, because it does. So, I mean, the bounce you get off these events are incredible. I have one coming up here in Las Vegas. Man, your business will explode if you will simply bring people with you. I'm going to have like 25 personals there. It's about golfing, swimming, going out to dinner, playing. Of course, every day we'll have high-level collaboration on site. That's a big deal coming up August 21st, 22nd, 23rd. If you're not there, in my opinion, you are missing the boat. You've just missed your ticket to the World's Fair. I mean, this is where it's going to happen. So make sure you do that. Okay, finally, do the right thing. This is a core value for EXP. Do the right thing. What should I do? I don't know, but do the right thing. In other words, if somebody's already fully engaged with somebody and that person's excited, but they call you because they know you, they're like, hey, man, I didn't know you were in EXP. Don't try to recruit them. They're already engaged with somebody else. Now, here's where the bait comes. They go, yeah, I don't know them that well. You know, I'd rather be sponsored by you. Again, this is very much the high road. I'm like, that's great, but the only reason you call me is because of so-and-so, the person you don't like very well, the person you don't know very well. I did not know my sponsor. What if I had called somebody else? I mean, it would have been changed her life had I changed sponsors. You owe it to the person who reached out to you to stay with them. So don't take the bait. Well, would you sponsor me? I had a star in San Diego call me to sponsor him, Matt Battiata. I'm going, Matt, you didn't hear about EXP from me. He goes, I know, man, but you're awesome. I've known you. And they'd be okay with it. I go, no, they're not even going to do EXP. I go, call them back and ask them. And if they're not going to do EXP, fine. They just give you a hot tip, but I bet you anything they're going to do it. Called his sponsor, and he's like, yeah, man, I just signed up 2 weeks ago. I'm so excited. What if I had signed up Matt Battiata? The guy's amazing. I didn't do that. I said, Matt, and he agreed. Yeah, you're right. I need to sign up under that person. So resist the temptation, resist that bait, Do the right thing. I must have turned away 15 people that want me to sponsor them. I'm like, I didn't even talk to you. How'd you even get? I looked you up. I heard about you. Blah 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 blah. And I have had some people, very high drivers, like, hey, it's my right. I get to choose. I go, yeah, you totally do, but so do I. The answer is no. I love you, but no. I'm going to sleep well at night. I'm not taking you from. I don't even like them. I don't want them. Sorry. I just won't do it. That's me. That's a super high level. That's what I recommend you do. Final word of inspiration. Be intentional. Get to work. Execute. And enjoy the results of this amazing business we call eXp Realty. Love you all. See you at the next big event. Promote it like your life depends on it, because it does.